I'm Dr. Romerico Torres. I come from the Philippines. I teach as an assistant professor at the Far Eastern University Institute of Medicine, where I'm also teaching obstetrics and gynecology and reproductive medicine to future reproductive medicine specialists. I also have a cross appointment as section chief of the Section of Reproductive Medicine and Minimally Invasive Gynecologic Surgery at the Veterans Memorial Medical Center. I am a beneficiary of not just one but two programs from the Merck Foundation. The first one was in 2019 when I had the opportunity to come to Udaipur and engage in an advanced ART fellowship training program for 3 months. So here, because I was able to see how the practice of IVF was in a huge center, I got to see that what I was practicing was validated in the many cases that they were doing. So it gave me the confidence to continue with what I was doing, and also because of the renewed refinements that I was able to learn from our mentors, it kept me more to improve my practices and consequently increase the number of cases that I am doing. And then during the pandemic, a year after, I was able to gain another scholarship for an online master's in the Biotechnology of Human-Assisted Reproduction and Embryology from the Instituto Valenciano in Fertilidad from the University of Valencia, Spain. What's nice about this program is that it's cutting edge, while at the same time it does not forget the basic of human reproduction. So I got to learn from the illustrious mentors who are the leaders in the field of IVF globally in terms of clinical practice and also their high-impact researches. So both of these programs were able to give me the confidence to share my knowledge with other colleagues and in the process also improve the quality of care that we give to our patients. As a matter of fact, when I got back from my first training, I spearheaded upon the behest of the then president of the Philippine Society for Reproductive Medicine to come up with an IVF series to address the information gaps with regards to the practice of ART. And I'm glad to announce that it has been going on for the last 6 years. And we've been getting a lot of good feedback from our mentors, and we intend to continue this as we go along the next couple of years. I now sit as president of the Philippine Society for Reproductive Medicine, and I concurrently also act as the country representative to the Asia Pacific Initiative on Reproduction. The programs that I benefited from Merck Foundation gave me a more circumspect perspective on the fertility issues that are hounding the country. And what I realized is that we are lagging sorely behind in the region in terms of the number of IVF cycles. You see, the Philippines is a home to 113 million Filipinos, and yet our number of cycles is grossly below par compared to our neighbors. And this is the training that I got gave me the confidence to issue the challenge to the Philippine Society for Reproductive Medicine to increase our number of cycles to 10,000 over the next 5 years. And to be able to do that, I proposed several points of improvement. First is to increase the number of specialists by increasing the number of fellowship training programs. And I'm also glad to announce that a group from one of the bigger islands in the Philippines has responded to this call, and they have also initiated their own fellowship training program. Also, to achieve the number of IVF cycles that we want, we need to increase the number of IVF centers. Currently in the Philippines, we have 9, and just this year, one has just opened, so we're hoping to increase the output towards the goal of 10,000. Another issue that's hounding the practice of ART in the Philippines are the ethical guidelines. And you see, the background of the Philippines is we are a predominantly Catholic country. And historically, before the ones who brought IVF in the country were able to start with it, they had to get the blessing of the Catholic Church. And as you can see, in the guidelines that were put forth, much of it is reflective of the ethics that are being proposed by the Catholic Church. But over the recent years, as we have been practicing As we have seen how the practice of ART has evolved, the needs of our patients, we have come up with a consensus guideline using a very good method to get the voice of everyone. So it's not just the voice of people who have the loudest speaking, who are speaking loudly about their passion, about their convictions, but it's actually all members of the society being given that singular voice so that they can be heard. And we've seen from the results of that study that what is allowable, say for example in terms of third-party ART surrogacy, is changing. And as a matter of fact, we are spearheading, together with Congress, we are trying to come up with a bill that's going to regulate ART practice and potentially also third-party and surrogacy in the country, depending on how things go with Congress. So with all of these things that has been going around since the time that I got my fellowship training program, I'm very grateful to Merck Foundation for all the help that they were able to give me in terms of acquiring these programs to improve the quality of fertility care in my country. Thank you.